Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video I am going to be trying a whole bunch of new makeup. Majority of this has been sent to me in PR and I am very curious about it. I'm curious to share it with you. I have a brand in front of me that I have never ever heard a thing about and I am wondering if you guys have. So once we talk about it, let me know in the comment section if you have heard about said brand, and let's just go ahead and get started. As you can see, I did already do my brows, prep my skin and whatnot. So the first thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to prime with like a bronzy product because I'm scared that the tint that I'm trying today is going to be a bit too light for me. So I want to start by priming with something bronzy. Anyways, this isn't necessarily a new product. This is the Say Beauty Glowy Super Gel in their Sun Glow shade, which is their bronzy shade. And I'm going to just rub that bronzy shade all over my skin to give my face a little color before we go on with the tint. The tint that I'm trying is the new tint from Sigma Beauty, which I believe is a sheer coverage. I'm not sure that it's going to cover too much, and so I wanted to get a little color going with this bronzy primer. I look a little weird right now, I know. Give me a second. You know what it is? It's the settings on the camera. Hold on, because I don't look this dark in real life. Okay, I'm back and see I'm bronzy, but it was looking a little too dark on camera. So that is the primer applied. The tint we're trying today is this new one from Sigma Beauty. This is the Sigma Skin Perfector Hydrating Tint. It says shake bottle before use, apply it to the center of the face. With a foundation brush of your choice, blend outward using circular motions. And I'm going to use the shade 3. I think that's the one that is going to match me better. I got shades 2 and 3 in PR. I think 3 is going to be the best one for me. It says the tint is enriched with hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, plant-derived squalene, and niacinamide. And I'm just going to, I guess, go for it. Let's see. This is a Sigma Soft Coverage F48 brush. And I'm just going to distribute it with it. That definitely was enough for half of my face. I love the coverage on my forehead. If it covers my retinas over here well enough, I don't think I'm going to have many complaints about it. It is, I think, a slightly thicker texture than I prefer, because you guys know I love my very liquidy products, but so far it is looking nice. If you are interested in this or anything else Sigma Beauty, I do have a discount code with them. My Sigma discount code, is PATTYALONSO, and I believe you save, I think sometimes it changes. I think it might be either 15 or 20% off of Sigma with my code. So feel free to use that if you're interested in this tint or any Sigma brushes, eyeshadow palettes, whatever it might be. The retinas is getting covered. This is covering much more than I thought it would, to be honest with you. I truly thought it wasn't going to have a ton of coverage. Now, I do know that they only made 6 shades of this tint, which I think by today's standard a lot of people would consider unacceptable. However, I do think that they tried to be as inclusive as they could without spending a ton of money on this launch, because Sigma is self-funded. They don't have any investors or anything, so they have to be careful with what they launch, and they couldn't, you know, create 40 different shades of this skin tint. I'm sure if it does well and more shades are needed, they will expand. They also said, this was back when I went to New Orleans, they were talking about this. They said that the shades are flexible enough that one shade should suit a whole bunch of different skin tones. Anyways, this is shade 3 on me. I'm pretty happy with the way it covered my retinas on my cheek right there. No complaints so far. Again, it's a little thicker of a formula than I prefer, and right now it feels a little tacky to the touch, which I don't like. However, I feel like once we set it with some powder, that feeling will definitely go away. Anyways, here is what the tint looks like so far. Now for concealer, I'm going to use that brand that I told you guys I have never heard about. The brand is called Dundas maybe? And I believe they sent me every single thing they sell so far. Here's what the packaging looks like. It says Dundas, they send me all 8 shades of their undercover enhancer concealer. So we're going to try it today. I haven't even opened one, so I don't even know if it's a cream or a liquid or whatever. They also sent me a whole bunch of their bronzers. Take a look right here. I have all 8 different ones. Now, the reason I got this in PR and it's not a brand that I know about, it's because it said Anastasia. I got a notification that Anastasia Beverly Hills, who does have my address, was sending me a box, and then when it arrived, this was what was in the box. So I don't know if it's like an Anastasia owned brand, maybe Norvina owns it. I don't know anything about Dundas. If any of you guys know anything about it, please let me know in the comment section. I looked up their Instagram accounts and there wasn't much information there. Did I do further research? I didn't. But I have never heard anyone talk about this one, so I'm curious if you guys know anything about this Dundas brand and what it is all about. Here's what the concealer packaging looks like. I got shade 3 out of the box to see. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can put it back in there. It's a cream concealer, is what I was getting at. I got shade 3 out of the box, and you twist it up. I think shade 3 will work for me. So let's go ahead and go for it. I'm not even going to use a color corrector. I want to just test it out. This, even though it's a stick cream concealer, is pretty lightweight and it seems to distribute very fast from what I felt on the back of my hand. I'm going to use it as my eyeshadow primer as well. Maybe I should have gone for number 2, given that my skin tint is a little light. It might be a little late for that though. Okay, so this is the Sigma Soft Angled Concealer F72 brush, which I absolutely love. It's a very unique concealer brush. It's thick and it distributes everything so nicely. It's an excellent concealer brush in my opinion. Yeah, that concealer was way too dark for me. Or at least for the skin tint that I'm wearing today. It's fine though. I haven't bronzed up my face yet, so we'll just keep going. Okay, I'm getting filter 1 out, which is the lightest shade, just to lighten up things right under here because it just looks a little bizarre. And I'm blending it into what I had already done. Even though it's a cream concealer and I usually don't go for cream concealers, that does look pretty good. I'm very curious about this brand. We'll try the bronzer in a second, but they also send like a hydrating tinted moisturizer. There is a pumped lip balm right here and a day to night eye pencil. We might use this too, why not? I don't have any new setting powder to try, so I'm just going to use my Dennis & Myrex setting powder to set the center of my face. Here's how things are looking now that I set the center of my face with some translucent powder. And we are going to try this bronzer. I'm going to grab step 3 one more time and see if that's the color I want to use. Ooh. Okay, the bronzer I'm not impressed by because it's got shimmer in it. And 3 might be a bit too dark for me. Let me go for 2. 2 I like better, and it also doesn't have shimmer in it. That's a little weird, right? I feel like it might still be a little too dark. Let me go for 1. Okay, 1 is the guy for sure. Here's what 1 looks like. It also is a bit more cool toned, and once again, no shimmer in it. Yeah, I like 1 better. This is 1 and this is 2. 1 is going to be the one for me. Now, when it comes to blending powder products, there is no better brush than an actual brush. So I'm going to, of course, use Rephr and go for this Dundas bronzer in number 1. Even number 1 is a little dark, and I'm just going to buff it and buff it and buff it. I'm gonna have to check on the prices of these Dundas. That is pigmented. I'm going to have to check on the prices of these Dundas products and see where they stand and whether or not they're pricey products or pretty affordable. Hopefully they're affordable because I don't think that they feel super luxurious. At least the bronzer doesn't feel super luxurious. The concealer maybe, but also the packaging was broken in one of them, so maybe not. Let me see right now. Amazon and Revolve sell this brand. The moisturizer is $45, the bronzer is $32, and the concealer is $29. Definitely on the high-end side. I think I would pay the $29 for the concealer because it did perform really nicely. It blended beautifully, it's nice and hydrating. It's convenient because it comes in a stick, so why not? But I don't think the bronzer is worth it. I think there's better bronzers out there for much cheaper. Because this one is not like, it doesn't feel luxurious on my skin. It's not distributing super nicely or anything. I wish it would fade more. This is the lightest color and it doesn't spread the way I want it to spread. And I think with my foundation brush, I'm going to try and further blend this bronzer. That is totally helping. There is some skin tint left on this brush for sure, and that way we can kind of blend it better since I couldn't really make it fade the way I wanted to. Here I am with the bronzer applied. Once I blended it with the foundation brush, I feel like it made things a little better. So next, let's try a new cream blush from ColourPop. ColourPop just released the cutest cream blush collection in the most adorable packaging. Take a look right here at what it looks like. I'm going to show you some of them one by one. These are the ColourPop Lip and Cheek Balm, and they released them in 8 different colors. Here are the other 4, and here is what I choose. I am going to use the shade Lucky You. I'm applying it with the soft angled cheek brush F43 from Sigma. That's what it looks like on the brush right there, and let's go for it. That blends beautifully and it's not too much too fast. And we're doing the same thing over on this side. I like that it has a natural finish to it with a little bit of that glow from it being a cream. And I am blending it over my nose a bit. Here is what it looks like blended. I really like it. And these retail for $12 each if you guys are interested. Of course, I have everything I'm talking about listed and linked in the description box of this video. So if there's anything that you want to purchase, please shop from my links down there. It helps me out when you do that. Really nice cream blushes. The performance and pigmentation are nice. Now the best part about them is the packaging. I think I love the packaging. And also the fact that they're only $12. I just really like the clear packaging with the heart in the middle. It is so freaking pretty. For eyeshadow, I'm going with Polite Society and their VIP palette. This is their very important palette. I thought the name was adorable, and here is the color story on the inside. As you can see, it is absolutely beautiful. We have 5 mattes and 4 glittery looking shimmers for the looks of them. I was just swatching this one to see what the formula was like, and it's like that Mario palette that I love that has the very ethereal shimmer shades. I believe the palette is called the Ethereal palette. See, check it out right there in the middle. It's got that ethereal shimmer vibe to it. Let me see if the rest of them are the same. No, the rest of them are more regular looking shimmers. See, here are the other 3. Swatch it right there. Very pretty, but I love that they included that ethereal shade in there for sure. And I'm sure the mattes are going to be good. The thing with Polite Society is everything they do reminds me a lot of Too Faced, and it's because it's the same people making the products. So with the Rephr number 15, I'm going to grab the shade on the list, which seems to be a good transition-y type product. And I'm going to add that one to the crease of my eye and just blend it back and forth. Same thing over on this side. Smaller brush. This is a Rephr number 1 and the shade All Access to darken up and also make a little bit more cool tone the outer third of my eyelid and the outer third of the crease of the eye. I started on the outer third of my eyelid and I'm just blending it upwards with circular motions and my Rephr number 1. I'm not going to do anything too complicated. I'm going to grab the shade No Photos Please because it's nice and bright and I liked it when I swatched it. And I'm going to add it right in the center of my eyelid, all the way in actually to the inner third. I'm just tapping it with my finger. Okay, I grabbed a little more. And then with the color Champagne Showers, which is that ethereal shimmer we talked about, I'm going to top it off, especially on the inner corner and inner third of the eyelid, and I'm bringing it in to define the eyelid space a little better. All right, I love shimmer. That's what that looks like. Rephr number 14 mini, and back to the shade All Access to smoke out my lower lash line with. I am taking it all the way to the tear duct. And with that same brush and the shade on the list, we are softening that lower edge. As far as this palette's performance is concerned, really nice. I liked it, and I love the ethereal shimmers in it for sure. The eyeliner from Dundas is half and half white and black. I guess I'll use the black side on my waterline today. I wish it had a brown. Very pigmented right away. That is one good quality eyeliner. Very pigmented right away. And with the Rephr number 3, I'm going to smudge that waterline just like that. This is a little uncomfortable to do because you kind of have to put the brush in the waterline, but it is the only way for that black to blend with the browns I had around. So here's the finished look before we put on any mascara or lashes. I do have a new mascara to try, also from Polite Society. Here's what it looks like. It is called the Polite Society Greatest Lashes of All Time. The picture, the before and after picture, looks absolutely insane. Here's what the actual packaging looks like. Really nice. I love the lavender-ish shade, and then it has one of these types of brushes. Before I apply my mascara though, I'm going to curl my lashes with the greatest lash curler of all time, which is the Rephr one. It's fantastic. So now let's go for it. Okay, so this is one layer of it. I'm going to build it a little more. When it comes to rubber ones, this is my preferred kind for sure. Okay, so here is what 2 to 3 coats of that mascara look like on my lashes. I thought it was going to be more impressive based on the picture on the box, to be honest with you, because look at that. That's insane. I don't know how many coats of it they had to do in order to be able to create that look, because this is what 3 coats looks like on me. So I thought it was going to be better. Anyways, the only thing I have left to try is some lip products, and I have been dying to try these right here from Benefit. These are the Benefit Splash Tints and Plush Tints, which when I first saw the packaging of these lip products, I thought it was going to be liquid blushes, and I was much more excited for liquid blushes than lipsticks. However, they're lipsticks, so let's go ahead and try them out. I think I'm going to use the color Skinny Dip. This is one of the splash tints, which I think is a bit more glowy. This is what the splash tints look like. I'm not impressed. I'm going to switch it up and try something else. This is the shade Cream Puff. I like this better. It's not a full pigmented lip type product. It definitely is more like a tint. So this is one of the plush tints in the shade Cream Puff, and I do really like the way it looks and the way it feels, because even though it's not matte, it's like a natural finish, it feels pretty comfortable to wear. Like, it's very thin on the lips. I think the most disappointing product was the mascara. I really expected better. Actually, the bronzer was okay. Let me tell you guys what my favorite things were. I loved the ColourPop blushes. I love the way that they blended and distributed. I loved the VIP palette from Polite Society. The performance was pretty good. This eyeliner from Dundas, the pigmentation was unexpectedly fantastic, so I love that as well. And the Dundas concealers were also really good. Very creamy, very hydrating, very easy to spread. I was not impressed by the mascara. I just expected it to be better than it was, and I was not impressed by the Dundas bronzer. Too pigmented. It didn't blend out the way I wanted it to blend out. It's several hours later. I'm filming a different video, which is why I look different, but I wanted to give you guys feedback on the skin tint. And I'm not loving like my makeup as a whole today, but the skin tint is looking good. I did touch up my blush just a little bit. I built it up, but I like that my skin is not dry. It's also not oily. The stickiness I told you about did fully go away, and my skin looks nice and natural and hydrated and plump. Nothing to complain about when it comes to the skin tint. I approve of the skin tint. It's nice, but for some reason I'm just not loving all of my makeup today. Like the combination of it all, just these are not my colors or something. Anyways, I believe that's it. That is everything new that I tried today and what I think about them. I cannot wait to continue to use these products and see how they combine with some of the other products in my collection. Let me know if you guys liked this video down in the comment section. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. I love you all so much. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please don't leave without subscribing, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye.